So, welcome to another episode of Unleash the Six. My name is Cam. It's been a while since we recorded an episode.
It
A
has.
lot, was taking place. The bad weather and so on. Everyone got busy, but now summer's here, so we're back. So we have a new episode. We have some new guests, and we're gonna start to my right. So please let me know your name, your age, your relationship status, and what is it that you do. So we'll start from here.
My name is Kimberly, and I am
Kimberly.
48, and I live in Toronto with my partner, who we've been together for about a year and a half. And I am a yoga instructor. I am a social media manager, and I just got into acting and a few other things that I do on the side.
Cool. And whereabouts in Toronto are you?
Near York. So Bathurst and St. Clair area.
Okay.
Yeah, nice
Okay.
area.
So is that like North York, I guess?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
they
well,
York.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
it's
York.
really Toronto. We could, if you could walk to uh, the CN Tower, I think that's close
So
enough.
Toronto.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I know the area very well. Moving on.
Hi, my name is Emma Lashford.
Hi.
I currently live in Toronto. I have been doing acting and modeling professionally since I was 16 years old. Right now, I am 19, turning 20 next month.
Get close to the mic.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
closer.
there-
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. And I have a boyfriend. His name is Josh. He is my forever person.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you girls want to, sorry, one more thing I forgot to mention. If you want to include like your social media handle, you're welcome to. Do you want to do that or
I'd love to.
just want to mention the key ones? Or
I have a yoga channel called Healing Yoga with Kim. My Instagram is Heal with Kim. A lot of healing. And then my TikTok, I'm rebranding, but it's called Ageless Alchemist.
cool.
My Instagram is lashbrook.emma.
Wonderful. Great.
Hi, my name is Olga. I'm a retired nurse. Hi, I missed you. And you. Missed you too. Yeah. And so I'm a retired nurse, and I'm currently an aspiring model, mature model. I'm over 50, and I'm actually going to be at the Niagara Fashion International Canadian Fashion Show and Film Fest this weekend.
That's great.
Yeah.
And-
I'm looking forward to that.
And your social media?
And is Lola Glam 788.
Great.
Hello, it's great to be back. I'm so excited. Welcome home. Okay. My name is Cheyenne. I am 33, sorry, from Brampton, Ontario. I'm happily married to my husband, Chris. He currently has he just opened his own tattoo studio with his cousin out in Newfoundland. So he's out doing that right now. I'm a lead educator, administrator, marketer, and event coordinator for a wonderful dispensary in Brampton, Oki Cannabis. Check it out. And I brought wonderful products that were sponsored by Fly North, Glens, and Shred'ems. And they're great edibles, and that's what I'm on. So that's why you're going to hear hilarious shit tonight.
And do you want to share your social media?
At Sam Crow Prospect, and it's not Sam Crop. It stands for Sons of Anarchy Motorcycle Club Redwood Original. Sick of people calling me Sam. Sorry.
Moving on.
I'm Louise.
Hi, Louise.
In downtown Toronto. I moved like about a year ago to Toronto, and
From where?
I'm from Germany.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I've done some acting and modeling in Germany, and now getting myself into the scene here. And I'm also into marketing. And my Instagram is Louise RGB, and I think my TikTok is the same.
And are you in a relationship, married?
Yeah, and I have a boyfriend since almost a year.
And is he from Germany?
No, he's from Toronto.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
cool. And so what made you choose Toronto? Like I'm sure you had a lot of other cities to choose from.
Yeah, I was thinking about like either US or Canada. And if it's gonna be Canada, I always wanted to go to Toronto. I feel like the acting scene is just like the biggest here
It
in
is.
this country.
And Vancouver. Vancouver's very
Yeah.
good as well. And how about the US? What cities were you thinking about there?
New York or LA. And then I was just coming to Toronto for like a 2-week trip, and I just fall in love with the city. I just stayed and never went back.
Did you go to New York and LA as well or no?
Yeah, I did.
And you like Toronto out of all of them?
Yeah, at least
Cool.
for now.
That's cool. That's nice to hear. Okay. So I wanted to just quickly touch base on some stuff that's happening right now, in Canada and around the world. And I wanted to get everyone's, opinion on this, if it's affecting them or not. So tariffs. I'm sure all of you are well aware of what's happening with the U.S. government on how one day he's like no tariffs, next day he's like yes tariffs, then he's like I'm gonna double the tariffs, and I'm gonna triple the guy's like just effing crazy, right? So and now he went from 25% on steel and aluminum to 50%. He just when he promised he wouldn't even do that. So since most of you do reside, on your own, all of you do, right? Or if you're with your partner or whatever, um, have you guys felt, um, a bit of a pinch where when it comes to the cost of living and how it's gone up? Something as simple as having to go buy groceries, on how not only is the product more expensive, but the amount of product that you get has been cut down. It's insane on how bad it's become. Same thing with rent. Even though there's so much vacancy, in the city of Toronto, there's a huge problem right now in the real estate market. They can't sell condos, even if they're like dependent on it. There's so many vacant spots, but rent is still through the roof. So, Kimberly, you said you live obviously in the city. You're at Bathurst and at St. Clair, and you live with your partner. You grew up in Toronto.
In Mississauga, so
Okay,
close
so
enough.
you're still
Yeah.
for the GTA, right? So, um, do you feel that there's a huge, fluctuation in the cost of living from what it was a few years ago? Like is it?
Definitely. But I feel like that is something that has happened not necessarily because of the tariffs, but because of the inflation of the dollar. So we all know what happened during the pandemic, and during the pandemic, the government literally just printed lots and lots of money, which inflated the dollar, making it less valuable and uh, you know, making everything more expensive. So massive, massive inflation. And
Mhm.
and everything takes a little bit of time, right? So
Yeah, I
I
mean,
think that that's what we're seeing more now.
mhm.
The tariffs is bringing a little bit of fear into the mainstream, but I don't think we'll really be seeing the
Yep.
issues with the impact for a little bit more time. Yeah.
Okay. How about yourself, Emma?
Um, I I've started to live on my own since last July. I find it kind of difficult because like groceries are so much
Oh yeah.
and rent is so much. Like
Mm.
I know that after I graduate from my school, like I can't live in Toronto anymore. It's just not feasible
Mhm.
anymore. And I literally went to the grocery store today and I saw this guy in front of me. He was buying grapes. Like grapes are like only this big, right? It was $15 for
It's
grapes.
insane. The
They're
pricing.
considered a luxury item now in Canada.
Well, everything is. Like it doesn't matter what you buy. I think what's happening. I agree with some of the stuff that you were saying, Kimberly. But I think the bigger problem is that the Canadian government has kind of followed suit with the American government, where the corporations control everything. Where at least in Canada it wasn't that bad. In the U.S., it became very bad after Ronald Reagan. But now, with the way that things are, like if you look at the Weston family, where they're the ones who own Loblaws and Superstore and all that, um, they can charge whatever the hell they want. And they just lie through their teeth saying, oh, no, we're trying to do our best to make sure costs are down. No, they're not. They got caught in a huge price fix for bread. It was a huge scam. They got fined, I think, like, 100 million. And all they did was give out gift cards to people. So half them won't even get claimed. But I find that the retailers are taking advantage when there really isn't any justification for them to increase the prices the way that they have. And the packages they've gotten so clever with the packages. For example, let's say if this was like a bottle of ketchup, okay? And what they'll do is they might keep the original size, but when you look at the bottom, the plastic that's in here goes all the way up to here, right? And they hide that, so they have to put less product in. Or if you buy like cookies, right? Like I like the President's Choice, the chocolate chip cookies. They were like this big before. Now they're this small, and the package is also so you get less as well. The cookie is smaller, and the price is higher, and that's for everything. It's ridiculous. Have you felt that? I
I'm
don't
luck
know.
I'm lucky to be a homeowner and out of Toronto.
Okay.
And but I just like everybody else here is the groceries is the biggest increase in my life that I've been noticing.
Okay.
And getting less for the same price or more.
Yeah.
And then when I went to Argentina recently, you get hit because they like American dollars.
Mhm.
So I was surprised how much more everything costs for me when I travel
Really?
using.
So groceries there were also very expensive.
Oh, actually, the groceries there were great.
Yeah.
The food there is great. The prices, like you could get steaks there. They're a steak capital.
But what was more expensive than you're saying with the dollar?
Just using because they prefer Americans. I remember exchanging my Canadian dollars to American.
Yeah.
And I was shocked.
Yeah. So I know that a lot of different countries around the world are not facing the same price increase for groceries that we are.
No.
So like you said, like Argentina, there's a lot of places that the cost of food is still low and the quality is still very
I
good.
was shocked how much
You know?
food you can get in Argentina that's good quality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cheyenne, yourself?
Honestly, it's shrinkflation, but for somebody that does eat a lot, groceries are number one aspect. And two, I have guinea pigs and I feed them a lot of vegetables. So every week I've noticed, like when I first got the guinea pigs, like my grocery bill for them would probably be.
You actually you have guinea pigs?
I got 4 dogs now. Chris left me, okay? Now I've got 4 dogs, 3 cats, and 2 guinea pigs. That's what happens when you leave me alone, okay? They're all rescues. It's not like I went and I shopped for them.
Yeah.
Anyways.
So they eat vegetables.
Yeah, they eat vegetables, and you was spending around anywhere from like $30 to $45 a week when I first got them, and that was good. It would last them about a week, and I could feed them like 2 nice like meals a day. And then all of a sudden, now it's like 60. Like the last week, I almost spent $70 freaking dollars, and I was like, and I had said it to myself, and even Chris was like, okay, maybe they're one of the most expensive animals in the house, and I was like, he's like, maybe it's time to find them a sanctuary. You know what I mean? And I was like, yeah, but no, especially the vegetables are going up and the packaging 100% is getting smaller.
Yeah, for everything. And even like vegetables, they were never like super expensive to begin with. I thought more like exotic fruits were a lot more expensive, but vegetables like carrots and like, red peppers, all that kind of cucumbers, that should always be reasonably cheap because a lot of it's even grown here, but even that's increased drastically, right? How about yourself? Have you felt that at all, Louise, or?
I always found groceries very expensive in Canada. Like I remember coming here, I was very shocked about it because I remember back home that already like the price already got up like a year ago. But especially since this year started, I feel like groceries are so much more expensive here. And I also really see like it fluctuates so much. But every like second week when I go to the grocery store, I feel like even like strawberries. So like
Mhm.
anything like that, it's just always more expensive. Like,
And so in
yeah.
comparison to Germany, do you find the prices here are a lot higher?
Yeah, they are.
And that's ridiculous. Like, I don't understand why that is.
I think it's because we will pay for it without
Well,
question.
that's the thing.
So there's not a lot of people, saying we're not gonna, we refuse to pay these prices.
I think it has to do also with competition, right? Because the market is dominated by a few companies. So you don't really have much of a choice. Like, I mean,
Mhm.
where are you going to go?
Well, you could grow your own, and you
Yeah.
can go to farmers markets.
But even
be friends
farmers
with
market, a
farmers.
lot of the stuff that's there is not even
Yeah.
from the farms.
Yeah.
It's a scam, right? They buy most of that from the food terminal, but then they put it into containers and packaging that you think is from a farm when it really isn't. So the pricing, what choice do you have? So even if you go to a no frills, right? Or what's the other one? What's the other
Food basics.
food basic? They're still owned by the big chains. So it doesn't make a difference.
At this point, they're better off bringing back bakeries, like butchers.
They're
and-
gone. They're gone.
I know, but it's better. But it's a better. You're paying those kinds of prices, and you're getting like actual artisanal meat. You're getting like safe meat from like vendors,
That's a very good point you brought up, but that really was the
bakers.
whole goal from the beginning for these corporations, even like Walmart or Home Depot, all these guys. The first thing was to get all of those in, these mom pop places to go bankrupt, and then that way there's no competition, so they can decide on whatever the pricing is, and across the board they all kind of agree with it. So if you had like Lowe's and Home Depot, those two dominated, right? So they had the biggest stores, and they made sure their prices were very, very similar. So you thought, okay, so as a consumer, like, okay, well, if I go and buy a lawnmower at Home Depot, it's $400, and at At Lowe's is $3.90. So I guess that is the fair market price. No, it's not. It's just because there is another competition. So they've taken out all these small places, and now if you want to buy groceries, unless you're gonna go to a place like Giant Tiger, there really isn't any. I don't know of any other like discount grocery store, unless you buy
Some
at the dollar
Asian
store.
ones have like some killer
Do they?
deals. Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
like Oceans and things like even like that. Yeah, but
Or
again,
smaller ones.
yeah, but again, you're not going to buy all the groceries that you need, right? I know, and I also have read that a lot of people have started to buy their groceries from Dollarama.
Yes, but be careful because
You know?
sometimes they can actually be a little bit more expensive than the grocery stores still.
Yeah, of course. But overall, though, I mean, a lot of people will buy like their snacks and stuff or their condiments from, that's how bad things are. So I remember I read this article a little while ago, and it basically said that 40% of Canadians are one paycheck away from defaulting on a payment. So when they say a payment, mean like either a cell phone, rent, car, insurance. So people are 40% of them are living paycheck to paycheck. And if they lost their job or they were laid off, they're going to have to break a contract, whether it's going to be their cell phone's going to go, their cable's going to go, or their rent or their car, whatever. Even with that, spending is still increasing. Like we don't learn. People still will use like Uber Eats because they're lazy. So it's like, oh, you know what? I'm really tight with money, but I'm really craving Popeyes or McDonald's. So I'm just going to order. Listen, man, if you're hurting for money, why are you ordering food out? Like, why are you not buying groceries and making the stuff at home? Because we've gotten so lazy and we want instant gratification. So they tested all that during COVID and they perfected it. And now I have a buddy of mine who late at night, because he was craving peanut butter, he ordered peanut butter and bananas from
And
Uber Eats. And I
there's
said, bro, you
nothing wrong-
feeling okay? Like, why wouldn't you go? He goes, oh, I don't want to get off the couch. He was playing video games. I guess he smoked a joint and he got the munchies and he was craving bananas and peanut butter. So you're paying top dollar because they're not buying that again, like from, the farmer's market. And then you're paying a delivery charge and you're tipping.
And you're tipping.
Actually, if you have the Uber One pass, you don't pay delivery charge.
But if you have that pass, don't you have to use it a certain amount of times?
No, you
What?
just pay $10 a month.
Okay, but you're still there. You go.
Tipping.
But I am for deliveries. That's $10 in delivery fees, right? I deserve a
I
treat.
get what you're saying, but it's the other side of it as well, which I feel has a far bigger effect, is that the new generation that is utilizing these services, they've lost all form of communication. They just don't know how to communicate. They don't know how to interact. That's why when you see stuff on YouTube about people freaking out having a meltdown at like a 7-Eleven or at the airport, is because when they're at home and they order something, it's instantaneous. And there's no talking to no one. Now, when they're in line and they have to wait and the person's asking them questions, they get frustrated because they don't understand that, you have to socialize. The good thing about going out to buy groceries is you see other people. And then you talk to the cashier, you might talk to the butcher or whatever. You'll ask questions, but you're walking around, you're seeing people. If you're in your house on your couch all day and just ordering stuff on your phone, and then maybe once a year you have to, communicate with someone at the airport because you're on vacation, you're gonna have like the worst attitude. You're not gonna be the kind of person who knows how to communicate well. You're gonna be an asshole.
I think my mother learned English because she socialized with the butcher and everybody on the Danforth. She used to shop a lot.
Yeah. And then, but then you also look forward to it.
She did.
So
She was
I want to ask all of you here, do you, like Olga, we'll start with you. Do you prefer this whole new world that we live in where you can get everything off your phone? Or do you still like the old fashioned way is actually whether you get into your car, on your bike, or on the bus and go to a brick and mortar place, walk in there and have to look around to find what you need?
Well, it has kind of spoiled me, especially if I don't have time. So it depends if I have time. I actually prefer the brick and mortars.
Yep.
But, if you're running out of time, it's like, oh, I'm so glad this new thing I can order or Amazon Prime. But no, I actually really do prefer, seeing, touching.
But do you still do that like on a weekly basis?
If maybe not weekly, but I still do that. Yeah, because I had to get something for a modeling job. So I preferred running out and going to the mall.
How about yourself, Kimberly?
I think the problem is so much more deeper. So culturally, of course, everybody loves the convenience, but once you travel a little bit and see how other countries work, and I'll give a quick example. I love Nicaragua. I traveled to Costa Rica, found Nicaragua, fell in love with it. There's this place called Obatembe Island that I will go, and it's very rural. And I went there one day, or I went there I spent a week there. It's a beautiful place if you want to isolate. And it has yoga, nutrition, all that stuff. And I'm going around to the little markets and I'm looking for mangoes and I'm looking for avocados. And I'm like, I don't know, why are they not selling them in the markets? Like, how come they're not there? And then finally someone came to me and they're like, they're not selling them in the market because look around, they're falling from the trees. They're falling, like you can pick your
Free.
own. Why would they're free?
Yeah.
And, here in North America, they will purposely grow only, I think it's only female trees or only male trees, and they won't do the opposite because so most people don't know this, but trees grow male and female, and you can't bear fruit.
Well, they pollinate, right?
otherwise.
They have to pollinate, but it depends on the fruit because in Canada, it's
Like
cold.
I had an apple tree once
Yeah.
because my neighbor had an apple tree, and my tree grew apples. So it's about freedom. It's about sovereignty. It's about having the choices that we
Well, I mean,
don't
we're not
necessarily have.
we're not going to be able to go back to that. I mean, obviously not. I mean, what you're talking
We
about
might
Nicaragua.
have to one day, but the conditioning too, even with like everybody has a grass, but no one has a garden, right?
Yeah,
So,
I don't really think that we're ever going to go back to like having like a fresh, fruit market and there's fruits falling off the trees and people are picking them up for free.
no, that's
So-
just the way that I would like. That's
Which is
fine.
great, but
Yeah.
the Western world is not that. Like it's a concrete jungle. It's all about capitalism and getting richer quicker
And
you know.
abundance too.
Yeah.
Like you go to the grocery store and it's stacked, right?
It is, but is it really like the best stuff that's available? No, we're just
Not at all.
so a lot of it's covered with wax and who knows what.
Yeah, pesticides.
Yeah, so it's not
Yeah.
really organic to begin with. But my question to you was, obviously, because you live in Toronto, do you find yourself using online apps to do a lot of your purchases? Or do you feel you're still old fashioned where you go to the store for everything?
Yeah, I go to the store because I only buy organic. And because if you're buying organic, the food tends to not last as long. So I have to go to the grocery store like multiple times a week. And
So
I'll
you
just
don't
buy
order
some
anything off
holidays.
Amazon?
Oh, are we talking about food or
Everything. We're talking about in general.
everything?
We're talking about because it's become so convenient.
Sorry.
Because it's become so convenient, do you take advantage of that? Or
100%.
you do, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Because it's easy.
I love Amazon.
Yes. There we go. How about yourself, Emma?
I will order things off of Amazon, like if I can't find it in stores or if it came from like the US or something. Like if I can't get it like close by me, then I will order it off of Amazon. But
But
typically,
close by, like what do you mean by how far away?
um,
Walking distance, you mean? Or
well, yeah, in walking distance.
Okay.
Like if it's someone within walking distance, or like I used to live in Kitchener, so if I could drive there, I would do it.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I like to get out. Like I'm someone who has to like move. So like, and I like to like see the thing. I like to touch it. I like to make sure it's what I want before I actually get it.
Cool. And yourself, Louise?
I'm very guilty of using Uber Eats and everything else.
Okay.
Um,
So tell me something that you've ordered on Uber Eats that you'd be kind of embarrassed to share with us.
I used to order all my groceries there.
Everything.
Yeah.
So like eggs, milk,
Yeah.
vegetables.
Yeah.
So you trusted somebody else
To pick the
To
right one.
pick it with their hands to top it off, right? You don't have to pick
Yeah.
their nose or
I mean,
their-
someone is going to pick it anyway. Like someone touched it in some part of the process. So it doesn't really
I
matter.
don't know. I get creeped out by knowing some kid in a grocery store is like, picking my apples for me or whatever. I know that someone picked it off a tree. I get what you're saying, but those are farmers, right? And that's what they do. And they pick thousands of them. This is some kid who hates his job. He might put like a booger on something. You won't even know. You know what I mean? Like he just hates. People do that kind of
Yeah,
shit,
but
right?
the kid before you picked it yourself could have put the booger on it. You might not even know it.
farmer, right? I mean, that's
There's no toilets on those like farms
Oh, I'm done.
really.
or hand washing stations.
Yeah, I
All
get it.
natural.
But anyhow, so
But we're washing our food. Like everybody should
Yeah.
be washing
Yeah.
their fruits and
Well,
vegetables.
You
Yeah.
should be washing
Should
your
be.
food.
I don't know if everyone is, but I think everyone should be. So you're guilty of groceries.
Yeah, for sure.
And how about like personal stuff? Do you do that as well? Like if you need like, beauty products, or if you had to buy like, slippers, or if you have a pet, do you just
Yeah, I order a lot online too. I like to go to the store too. Like I like to go shopping, especially when it's like beauty stuff and everything. I usually go there. But it's also about the time. Like if I'm running out of time, I'm like going on a trip, I need a couple of things, I always order. And for me, it's also like, especially when you live by yourself, you don't want to like go to the grocery store and then carry all the bags by your own. Like that was my biggest reason why I used to order my groceries.
Well, you would go to if you'd walk to the grocery store,
I mean, yeah, living in downtown, there's no
or you'd
really.
Uber it?
No, I mean, I used to Uber Eats because I was living
No,
by
I'm saying if
myself.
you go to the grocery store,
Yeah.
would you walk to it, or would you like take an Uber?
No, I would just walk there
walk,
because it's
okay.
so close in downtown. Like everything's so
Yeah.
close. I wouldn't. Yeah.
So when's the last time you ladies were in a shopping mall, like in a mall, actual mall, and you actually bought stuff? I'd love to hear that, Cheyenne,
Oh, why did you pick me first on that one?
because I know must have been a while.
Okay, you know what? I was an Uber Eats queen. You knew that, but no, I started to appreciate everything that you started saying now. Like, also too, everybody knows Uber Eats hikes their prices.
Of course they did.
They do. It's just absolutely ridiculous. When I was doing a price comparison, I could almost get an extra $40 worth of groceries in price.
Obviously, they're not going to just charge you the same price as a grocery store and just charge you $3 delivery.
Well, I like to learn the hard way. Okay,
So when is the last time you were in a mall and you actually bought, like went shopping?
probably
mall?
2017, 2018.
Wow.
And that's because I worked in a store in the mall and I only bought from that store. Like I bought like fast food from the mall. After that, no.
So 7 years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been like,
Olga,
yeah, yes.
how about yourself?
Just a few days ago.
Which mall?
I don't go often. Lime Ridge Mall.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, Mapleview Mall in Burlington.
And is that like a 2-story or 3-story
It's a
mall?
2-story mall.
So you went shopping there
Yeah, and I was actually practicing my walk for fashion.
and there. Okay. And was the mall busy?
Not really busy.
Mm.
No. And I've never ordered from Uber Eats. Never done that, but I've been guilty of the shopping channel and
Amazon.
those are my two.
Emma, how about yourself? When's the last time you were in a mall and you went shopping?
Probably 2 weeks ago.
Which mall?
Eaton Center.
Really?
Yeah.
So you went like clothing. You bought some clothes or something.
Clothing. I bought a phone charger.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it busy?
Eaton Center's always busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Kimberly, yourself? When's the last time you were in a mall?
Eaton Center as well. Probably a month ago. I have a teenage son, so
Okay.
I took him shopping. I don't buy anything in malls, but he loves like designer stuff.
So
and
he
that's where I
likes
get it.
he likes to do it in the mall in the post online.
Well, yeah, to try stuff on.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. And Louise, yourself?
I went to Eaton Center also probably 2 weeks ago.
And you went shopping
Yeah.
in there. Okay, so that's not. How about yourself, Paxton? When's the last time? This Tuesday?
No, today.
Oh, today you went to the mall.
Yeah, I
Which
went with my friend.
which mall?
Promenade Mall in Thornhill.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
And was it busy or?
It's so not busy,
I
but it's
know.
always been that way.
Yeah, I don't know how they stay alive.
I know, right? It's a mystery to everyone.
I think it's money laundering.
Could be, or tax write-off.
Girl,
Could be
I was
that.
thinking the same thing.
Yeah, because a lot of them, I know that about 50% of most retailers, and some of them are almost at 55 now, it's online shopping. But they still have a brick and mortar stores, like Foot Locker, for example, right? Or if you have like tell me a girl's.
Lululemon.
So they will sell more stuff online, but very often their brick and mortar store is being mainly used for refunds or exchanges instead of them shipping it back. But yeah, it could be money because I don't know how they keep all these locations open because their numbers are nowhere what they were like 15 years ago.